Hi, welcome to Victor Classes. My name is Vijay Jagadeesh. In this class, we are going to cover the entire fundamental right. I don't know, maybe a little lengthy video. Please go through it. I'll try to cover as comprehensive as possible, so that you can use this as a single point of material for fundamental rights for your UPSC prelims as well as mains possible questions. Okay, so fundamental rights of India is a Magna Carta. Magna Carta means most important part in the Constitution and comes under part 3 of the Constitution between Article 12 to 35. Okay, fundamental rights are essential liberties guaranteed to every citizen individually. It is not because you come from this part of India. It is not because you are born to this family. It is not because you are rich. It is not because you have any privilege. It is to every citizen functioning as a bedrock of Indian democracy. See, if I want to have fundamental rights during British rule, it was not possible. It is not at all feasible. But today it's a democratic country. I am electing the government, so I need to enjoy certain basic rights. That is what the fundamental rights. These are very fundamental for the humans. It is not as similar as the human rights, but these are fundamental. It's a political right. Please write on the word. These are political right. Political right. Okay. The core purpose is to prevent authoritarian rule. See, even in democracy, it is possible that somebody comes to power and they'll do authoritarian. They will do whatever they want. They will not give any welfare to the people. They will not protect the people. So, to prevent any authoritarian rule, okay, to establish government of laws, not of men. That means who is coming, who will be powerful, we don't know. As per the law, everybody should function. Okay, he is a prime minister, who is a governor. Everybody will follow the rules. Okay, so government of rule, not the men. The significance is the conscience of the constitution protected by the fundamental law of the land, that is a constitution. Okay, if you want to say protected, then you can also use the word Supreme Court, okay, or judiciary, okay, guardian of the fundamental right. Write down that guardian and the protector of fundamental right is Supreme Court. Okay, the nature of the shield, key characteristics, it is justiciable. See, fundamental right is there, but you feel that what is fundamental right? Okay, I am not getting fundamental right. What can I do? There's no use. Okay, if you are not getting any fundamental right, your fundamental right is violated, you can go to the court. And understood that part. So it's enforceable. It is enforceable by the court of law. It is justiciable. Okay, the aggrieved person can directly go to Supreme Court, not Chotamata court, not the district court, not even High Court. You can directly go to Supreme Court under Article 32. So fundamental right is justiciable. Fundamental right is justiciable. It is qualified, not absolute. Not absolute means it is not always present. Permanent, no. It can be taken away. It can be restricted. Okay, subject to reasonable restriction. Please write down this point. It is subject to reasonable restriction. It is not always present. It is not sacrosanct. Okay, it is between the individual liberty and the societal need, public order, morality, security. Okay, in the name of freedom of speech, I cannot come and say, if I am serving in the army, I cannot come and say where is India's nuclear bombs are located or where is the sensitive information, freedom of speech. I cannot do. Understood? So fundamental rights are justiciable, fundamental rights are enforceable, yet they are not absolute, they are qualified. Okay, amendable. Fundamental rights are amendable. Yes, we have amended. For example, 44th Amendment, please write down 44th Amendment, we have removed one fundamental right itself. Right to property is no more a fundamental right. By 44th Amendment, we have removed it also. Okay, so they are amendable. Parliament can amend them. Okay, but without violating the basic structure. Fundamental rights doesn't come under the basic structure. We have removed one of the fundamental right. Okay, it is possible to suspend the fundamental right. Yes, it is possible. We have seen during COVID, freedom of movement was stopped. Okay, you cannot move outside. It's like a lockdown. Understood? So that was possible. Even during national emergency, the fundamental right can be suspended, except Article 20 and 21. What is Article 20 and 21? I'll explain. But now you write down, fundamental rights are suspended. Suspension of fundamental right is possible. During national emergency, all the fundamental rights will be suspended except Article 20 and 21. Okay, and all these are subjected to reasonable restrictions also. Okay, setting the boundaries. So whose duty is to provide fundamental right? Who will provide the fundamental right? Okay, sir, you were talking about fundamental right. I have got right. Okay, somebody has to give me this right. Somebody has to protect this right. So who is giving this right? It is an obligation of the state. Please write down. It is all. See, when the fundamental right is starting, they're first defining who is the state. Article 12 defines the state. Fundamental rights protects us primarily against the state. The state cannot do any arbitrary. Okay, and fundamental right has to be provided by the states only. So, what is a state? Any government, Parliament of India, state government, legislature of the state, local authorities, municipalities, panchayat, other authorities which is a partially or fully funded by the government schools are there which is funded by the government. Okay, so all this comes under the status of or the definition of state. Okay, for example, I'll give you an example. Private schools can give religious instruction. Okay, I studied in a Christian school. So I used to read Bible even though I am a Hindu. Understood? And now Hindu schools are there. They are Bhagavad Gita and all they are preaching. Okay. So this is possible in the private school. But in government school, this is not possible. Understood? So government has to be secular. They cannot practice any religion in that. Understood? So any government, that means government of India, government of state, local government, district collectorate or anything which is funded by the government, we cannot have any religious instruction or it is an example of state. Okay. Article 13 is about judicial review. Even though this word judicial review is not mentioned in the constitution, the definition is given in Article 13. Definition. What is that? Any law which is inconsistent with fundamental right. That means it is violating the fundamental right. If it is violating the fundamental right, then that law can be struck down, cancelled, removed. Understood? So Supreme Court has the power to remove the law made by the Parliament saying that it is affecting the fundamental right or it is violating the Constitution. So that provision is coming from Article 13, judicial review, even though the word judicial review is not mentioned in the Constitution. Understood, guys? Yeah. Now comes 6 pillars of fundamental right or 6 fundamental rights. First one is right to equality, Article 14 to 18. Then right to freedom, Article 19 to 22. Right against exploitation, please copy down this. Right to freedom of religion, that is what India is a secular country. Anybody can follow any religion. Then cultural and minorities, right? Then constitutional remedies. That means this is what, in case of violation of fundamental right, you can go to Supreme Court. Na? So that itself is a fundamental right. Constitutional remedies, where you can enforce the fundamental right, that itself is a fundamental right. Okay. And originally it was 7. I already told you, right to property, which was in Article 31, is removed by 44th Amendment. Now, the present status of this one is 300A. 300A. Present status of fundamental. There is no more of fundamental right to property. Is no more of fundamental rights. Just a legal right under Article 300A. Okay. These are the 6 pillars of fundamental right. One by one, we'll go into it. Okay. So, Article 14 to 18 talks about right to equality. Article 14, equality before law and equal protection of law. What is equality before law? Equality before law means in the eyes of the law, everybody is equal. That means everybody will be given equal punishment. See, we are talking about equality. Where is the equality starting? Punishment will be equal, sir. Okay, either you are rich, either you are poor, you are having government job, you are prime minister, you are president, everybody will get a same punishment. Okay, some exceptions are there. For example, Article 361, write down. Article 361, governor, president cannot be immediately arrested. 2 months notice has to be given. Okay. So those things are there. Okay. Prime Minister may be arrested possibly. I don't know whether they will arrest it or not. But governor and the president has got this protection. They have got this protection that they cannot be arrested when they are in office. No criminal proceedings against them possible. Civil proceedings with the 2 months notice. Criminal proceedings not possible. Okay. So governor, president, likewise the foreign ministers or foreign ambassadors, they got immunity. Those also people also cannot be arrested. So some exceptions are there, but otherwise right to equality, equality before law, equal protection of law means everybody should be given equal welfare measures. A positive aspect. See, equality before law is actually negative because it talks about punishment is being given equally. But equal protection of law, basically, it should be, everybody should be treated like, for example, a flood has come, a district is affected. In that, I will give only to my party members. If something happening in some state, I am not going to directly do it. That and all we cannot do. If you have selected some group of people, everybody should be given the welfare. So, equality before law and equal protection of law. In this actually comes from, please write down this, okay, rule of law, concept of rule of law, which is basically from a person called Dacey. Okay, Dacey, I think spelling is correct. Okay, Dacey, he's a British constitutional thinker. He only comes with the concept of rule of law, in which he says that there should not be any arbitrary things against the people. And he also talks about a person can be punished, please write down this very clearly, a person can be punished only for breach of law, only for when he violates the law, only then you can punish that person. That is what Article 14 is coming from, rule of law. Okay. Article 15, prohibition of discrimination. That means you cannot do discrimination. You cannot do discrimination. That is what Article 15. Where you cannot do discrimination, please write down RRCSP. RRCSP. Race. Can you see? Race, religion, caste, sex, and place of birth. RRCSP, please remember. RRCSP is Article 15. For example, like I am running a coaching institute. Okay, so you are coming from North India. You are a Hindu. You are a male. I will not give. So any kind of this kind of discrimination I cannot do. So this private people also cannot. It's not just about state violating this. A private individual also cannot violate this. Okay, so Article 15 says you cannot discriminate. What do you mean by discrimination? It means ill treatment, or you can say negative treatment. Negative treatment you cannot do based on this only. For example, if I am saying that only degree students can come, education is a criteria, that discrimination is allowed. But discrimination based on this religion, based on your caste, based on your sex, based on your place of birth, that is not allowed, sir. Okay, that is what Article 15 says. Article 16 is also same. Is also talks about RRCSP, but in government employment. In government employment, the UPSC is there, state PSC is there. They cannot discriminate anybody based on the RRCSP. Okay, but reservation is valid. You can have reservation that is constitutionally valid. Okay, so Article 16 allows the reservation. That is a positive treatment, positive discrimination that is allowed. But you cannot discriminate people based on the RRCSP. That is why male, female, now they got transgender also as one of the options in the UPSC. You may aware of it. So that is why we are evolving there. Okay, so right to equality and equal protection of law, prohibition of discrimination, equality of opportunity in public employment. Then comes abolition of untouchability. This is not just about touching anybody. Basically, those days nowadays not there. Just down the line 50 years back if you go, or 100 years back you go, even during independence, all these places you can see people used to be ill-treated because of their caste. Okay, they'll have a separate glass for them in the tea shop. They will not use the path. We had this Vaikam Satyagraha. They cannot use the path around the temple. All this were the discriminations we had. That is popularly known as untouchability. That is abolished and forbidden in any form. It is forbidden. Okay, it is a criminal offense basically. Anybody cannot practice this. If somebody is practicing this, he will be going to jail and there is no bail for it also. Okay, so Article 17 completely abolishes untouchability in any form. Okay, you cannot discriminate people, you cannot ill-treat people because of the caste. Okay, then comes abolition of title. This title means you know this Raja Gambira, Raja Martanda and all we had, Nawab, Nizam. All this, that words and all they have removed. Sir C.V. Raman. Okay, all this we have abolished. Nobody can give titles. Nobody can accept titles. But you will say, sir, there's a commander is there. And then there is a captain, major. Then even Thalabadi Vijay is there. Okay. So is that titles? Those are not actually the military is a decorations. There's a rank they have got which they have earned because of their hard work. But this film people having this title and all, it is not good. That is not legally correct. That is why you know this Ajit Kumar was called as Thala. Okay, Thala Ajit. Okay, he said that don't call me Thala and all, just call me Yek or Ajit Kumar. Okay, so he is good. So it is actually because there is no punishment basically. Like Mohanlal is there, we call him this one King Kohli is there. Okay, so all these names actually are not good. Okay, we should not use it, but still we are using because there is no any punishment available for this. Okay, so abolition of titles under Article 18. So this what you have to read is article number also should know. You should also know the components of it. So 18 to 14 comes under right to equality. Okay. Then comes Article 19, 19 to 23 we have to go, but 19 first I'm dealing with. 19 has got 6 freedom of speech and expression. You can speak whatever you want. You can express, you can have a social media, you can type. The government is not working, that and all you can type. Okay. then you can assemble peacefully anywhere without arms. You're not taking any guns, you're not taking any weapons. You are assembling in any junction and you are shouting against the government, you are shouting against something, or you are criticizing anything, that is allowed. So freedom of speech and expression is allowed, freedom of assembly is allowed, association, you can form unions, labor unions are there, cooperative society. That's what I said. 97th Amendment, they have added cooperative societies. That is so that is also fundamental right. You can form association, you can form cooperatives, you can form a group among your laborers. All this freedom of movement, anywhere in India you can travel, but doesn't mean that you can travel to a neighbor's kitchen and take the food and eat. That is affecting the right to privacy. That and all you cannot do. But you want to travel publicly, you want to travel to, for example, recently I went to Andaman. I'm going to Ahmedabad for watching cricket. Okay, so those and all possible. You can travel across anywhere. Okay. So then comes the freedom of residence. You want to settle anywhere. For example, I'm coming from Tamil Nadu, but I'm settled in Kerala. Okay. Likewise, a lot of people from Kerala have settled in other part of India. So all these are possible. A lot of people in Bengaluru and all there. So settle any part of India possible. You can practice any profession you want, legally possible. Any profession without doing any smuggling or illegal activities. You want to do any trade, okay, any profession, you can do that as well. Okay. So these are freedoms under Article 19, and this Article 19 automatically suspended when the national emergency is in place. National emergency comes under Article 352. Okay, if national emergency is in place, Article 19 is gone, automatically gone. Okay, and importantly, right to strike is not a fundamental right. You cannot. We had a hartal 2 days before, but right to strike is not a fundamental. Still, it will be allowed in there. Okay, so Supreme Court has said don't do this and all. Okay, so these are Article 19, freedom of speech and expression, assembly. You are speaking. Okay, expressing. In fact, newspaper. Please write down that. Okay, newspaper also comes from this. Newspaper is also coming under freedom of speech and expression. Assemble without arms. Association you can form, and you can move anywhere in the country, and you can reside in any part of India. You can do any profession. Okay. Government is saying people are having more jobs, a lot of pakoda shops are open, you can open. Okay, and you want to be YouTube influencer, you can do it. Okay, and I have a coaching institute, I can have, so anything we can have. Okay, so all these are Article 19. Then comes Article 20. Now one thing you have to understand is from Article 19 to 22, can you see this? Look at this. Okay. Article 19 to 22, all are coming under the right to freedom only. But I have taken 19 and explained that separately. Now I am going to 20 to 22. Okay. What is 20? 20 talks about, okay, what is a person has an accused has got. Okay. What is the right he has got? Okay. He has got something like ex post facto. Okay. No ex post facto. No double jeopardy. No self-incrimination. Okay. What is no self-incrimination basically? You cannot be a witness of yourself. You cannot be a witness of you. That be torturing, no? Okay, accept it. You have done the crime, accept it. That is not possible. Self-incrimination is not possible. That means you cannot be compelled to be a witness of yourself. You have to right to claim that I am innocent, sir. How do I know, sir? I don't know, sir. You can keep on saying that. It is the duty of the police and the investigating agency to prove that. Okay. So no self-incrimination, no double jeopardy means no double punishment. A person can be punished for only once for one crime. Okay, no double punishment, no ex post facto. What is no ex post facto? It means that, for example, rule of law says no, only when you breach the law, only then you have a punishment. If there is no law, you cannot be punished. So what happens is, suppose there's a 1st January 2026 is there, a crime is committed, but for that crime there is no law. Okay, so these people are bringing a law on 15th January, and then they are trying to punish this person. Not possible. Okay, a person from the 16th only possible to punish. A person who was done before that is not possible. I'll give a very good example. This Delhi rape case, one person was under 18. Okay, so at that time we had a law that a person who is under 18 who should be given only 2 years of punishment as a, not a punishment, juvenile this one board. He has to be there. But now we have a law that even though anybody is under 18 and they do any heinous crime, they can be treated as an adult. Okay, now we have that law. But that Delhi rape case, we did not have a law. So that person was simply given 2 years and he is now free. Okay. So that is what basically the no ex post facto. That time, what is the law is that law you should have breached, and what is punishment possible in that? Okay, you cannot change later and come and punish him again, not possible. But that is possible in civil cases. Like civil cases, somebody has not paid the tax, the government is coming and saying that this is the tax you have to pay, and that will be possible that before date they can pass. Okay, so hope I'm not confusing you. No ex post facto means the law is passed today. A person breaching from tomorrow only can be punished. A person who has breached yesterday cannot be punished. These are coming under Article 20, right of an accused. Okay. Now come has is Article 21. This is what they have expanded, keep on expanding it. Life and personal liberty, privacy they have added. Now they have added menstrual health also. Okay, menstrual health also coming under Article 21. The schools and colleges should have this sanitation, menstrual health things. Are MHM should be there. Okay, for that I have made one video. Please look at that video also. Expected question. So no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except on the procedure established by law. Okay, you have a shelter, you want to sleep, you can sleep. The mother is coming and knocking the door, that and all. It's fundamental right basically. I'll tell you one example. This what's his name? That yoga guru. I forgot his name. Dadi Wala, what's his name? Okay, what he has, he has actually protested in Jantar Mantar, and in night he was sleeping. And this police went and hit him like Baba Ramdev, correct. So he jumped and he ran away from there, but he files a case in the Supreme Court. I was sleeping in Jantar Mantar. These people came and disturbed my sleep. Right to sleep is a fundamental right. Okay. Yes, of course, right of sleep is a fundamental right under this article. Now, menstrual health they have added. Privacy was there, but particularly this right on this word Puttuswamy case. Puttuswamy case, they re-emphasize that right to privacy is one of the fundamental right. Okay. Then Article 21A, they have added this by 86th Amendment Act. Okay. So second amendment I am talking in the fundamental right. 44th Amendment, right to property was removed. 86th Amendment, right to free and compulsory education was added. That is, right to education becomes a fundamental right. Between the age of 6 to 14, the state shall provide free and compulsory education to the children. Okay. Then comes Article 22, protection against the arrest and detention. What is this is, when a person is arrested, what are the rights he is having? The first one is, within 24 hours, he has to be presented to the court. Within 24 hours, the person who is arrested should be presented to the court. That is the first right he has got. Second right is, he must be allowed to consult the lawyer. He must be allowed to consult the lawyer. That is also right he is having. Okay. Third right is right to be informed. Okay, that is not mentioned in the presentation. Right to be informed. For what purpose you are arrested, you should inform that person. Okay, when the police is coming, they'll inform this. So this is the reason we are arresting you. We have a warrant of arrest. Okay, then so without informing, you cannot arrest him. So right to be informed. Then presenting in the court within 24 hours and consultation of lawyer. All these are under Article 22. But all these rights are not available in case of preventive detention. Preventive detention means what? A person is about to do a crime. He is going to do a crime, and before that you are arresting him. That is known as preventive detention. In preventive detention, these rights are not available. For example, you have something like UAPA. Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. In this, we are trying to prevent a person from doing something. In that, you need not inform him, you need not allow him to consult the lawyer, you need not produce him in the court also. All these are exceptions as there. Okay. So, I think we have discussed from Article 12 to 22. And remaining things I'll make in another video, because very lengthy video you will be still disturbed. So in another video I'll be making it. Okay, that link also I'll be sharing in the description, or I'll be sharing in top where somewhere here, wherever is possible. And hope you have enjoyed the class in this. You have any doubts on polity, you need not worry. Polity we can score 99.9% mark in all the questions, prelims and mains as well. Okay, see you in another video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.